Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, and in this video I am back with a great GitHub repo. So if you are just preparing for an interview, so it will be very much helpful for you. So here some great questions are being listed that can be asked by your interviewer to you throughout the interview process, or some questions you can also ask to the interview. So it will be helpful for you if you're just preparing for interview and your interview is near to the date. So just dive in the video and let's see what the questions are.
Okay, so we are in the screen, and as you can see, this is the GitHub report I was talking about. This is named invip/interview this. So if you have interview in next some few days, or just looking for interview because many layoffs are going on right now, so it will be a great GitHub repo for you. Okay. So, interview this is an open source list of developer questions to ask prospective employers during the hire process. So, if you're just sitting for an interview, so it is some questions, a list of questions that your interviewer can ask you, and if you just have a watch on this list, it will be like you'll be aware of this kind of questions and you will answer uh, smartly, right? So here written, this list is intended to serve as a reference point for things to be aware during an interview process. As I said, it will aware you that this kind of questions can be asked and you will answer smartly. Okay, so interview this now. For different positions, different kind of scenarios, different set of questions are listed. For the position, if you just like interviewing, you can ask these kind of questions like how long I am expected to remain in this position, this kind of questions. Then developer coordinations, team interactions. Do your developers use screen sharing or collaborating coding tools? Do your developers pair program on a regular basis? There are teams seated together, then how frequently does your team interact with other teams? These kind of questions, like the interviewer can ask to you. Then development process, what source control do you use? Who determines the features that would go into the product? How is this chosen? Do you have a code review process, right? Uh, this is for experienced kind of people already working in the IT for years. Okay, so if you're someone like this, you will get to know this, right? So then monitoring on-call duty, these kind of questions are there. Does time working on incidents, problems after hours? Okay, then remote, then what times of hours does the company work in? You can ask kind of questions to the interviewer. Then will I have to work over a VPN? Like you can ask, right? Then open source. Do you use open source libraries? These kind of questions you can ask. Then code-based architecture on a scale of 1 to 10, how much spaghetti code do you have? Like these kind of questions, interviewer can ask you or you can ask your interviewer during an interview, right? Then diversity questions, okay. Then cultural questions, what are the heroes at your company? Then is there a dress code, right? Just for curiosity, you can ask. Okay. Then company-related questions are there. How did you get your start in this industry? What do you stay? Then what is your biggest complaint about the company? Like these kind of questions, interview can ask you, right? Then PHP related, JavaScript related questions can be asked to you, just like topic wise. Like if you're just applying for a PHP role, the interviewer can ask you, do you use Composer? What version, which version of PHP are you using? Right? If you're just applying for JavaScript, because JavaScript is really famous and in boom, everyone is using. So this kind of questions like what is your front end software stack? Then do you use a templating engine such as EJS, Jet, or handle bars? So these kind of questions, if you're just working with JavaScript, you will get to know. So these kind of questions can be asked by the interviewer. Then system and network administration or IT operations questions like do developers have admin root rights or system? Then is there a video server documentation how to best practices? So these kind of questions can be asked to you. Okay, so this is all about the list and amount of questions on different topics they have included. So I will just ask you to read once and thoroughly, and you will get to know what kind of questions you can ask or your interview will be asking in the interview, right? So this is all about this GitHub repo.
I hope the GitHub repo helped you in some way, and if you're just preparing for interview, it will really help you. So just give a star and have a look into it, and just do give this video a thumbs up and subscribe this channel for more such content.